The universe's origins are rooted in several primordial beings. It began with chaos, the void from which all things emerged. Following chaos, Gaia, the personification of Earth, came into existence, followed by Eros, the embodiment of love. From Gaia arose Uranus, the sky, who together with Gaia gave birth to the Titans, a race of powerful beings. However, Uranus harbored a disdain for his children, the Titans, and confined them deep within the earth, causing great anguish to Gaia in her frustration. Gaia crafted a formidable sickle and presented it to her son Cronus, the leader of the Titans. Cronus concealed himself until Uranus approached Gaia, at which point Cronus ambushed his father and castrated him, casting his genitals into the sea. This act not only liberated the Titans from their underground prison, but also marked the beginning of the Titan era. The reign of Cronus. Cronus subsequently married Rhea, another Titaness, and together they produced several offspring who would later become significant deities. However, Cronus was haunted by a prophecy that foretold one of his children would dethrone him. To prevent this fate, he resorted to a brutal method. As soon as each child was born, he swallowed them whole. Desperate to save her children, Rhea sought the help of Gaia when Zeus, their youngest child, was born. Rhea hid him on Mount Ida, a dying tree, giving Cronus a stone wrapped in swaddling clothes to consume instead. Gaia nurtured Zeus until he was strong enough to confront his father. Eventually, a fierce battle ensued, resulting in Cronus's defeat and the release of Zeus's siblings, igniting a prolonged war between the gods and the Titans. The Titanomachy. This conflict, known as the Titanomachy, raged for 12 years. The turning point came when Zeus freed the Cyclopes and the 100-handed giants, who had also been imprisoned by Cronus. In gratitude, the Cyclopes presented Zeus with his iconic thunderbolt, Poseidon with his trident, and Hades with the helm of darkness, tipping the scales in favor of the Olympians. Ultimately, the Titans were vanquished and imprisoned in Tartarus, a deep abyss in the underworld, marking the end of their reign and the ascendance of the Olympian gods. After their victory, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades divided the realms among themselves by drawing lots. Zeus received the sky, Poseidon the sea, and Hades the underworld. The reign of Zeus. As the king of the gods, Zeus established his throne on Mount Olympus, the dwelling place of the immortals. His power over weather was immense. He could create storms, lightning, and various atmospheric changes reflecting his mood. Additionally, Zeus was regarded as the protector of hospitality and oaths, enforcing strict consequences for those who violated these sacred duties. Zeus married his sister Hera, the queen of the gods, who bore him several children, including Ares and Hephaestus. Despite his marriage, Zeus was notorious for his numerous affairs with other goddesses and mortal women, leading to the birth of many notable figures in mythology, such as Athena, Hermes, Apollo, Artemis, and Persephone. His romantic escapades often drew the ire of Hera, who was fiercely protective and vengeful. Poseidon, god of the sea. Poseidon, the brother of Zeus, was one of the most powerful gods, ruling over the sea, earthquakes, and horses. He resided in a magnificent underwater palace, but also held a place on Mount Olympus. Sailors revered him and made sacrifices to ensure safe voyages, as incurring Poseidon's wrath could lead to disastrous outcomes at sea. Poseidon's anger could be particularly fierce, as illustrated in the tale of Theseus and the Minotaur. King Minos of Crete, who ruled over an island, was expected to sacrifice his finest bull to Poseidon each year. However, he kept his favorite bull for himself. In retaliation, Poseidon punished Minos by causing his wife to fall in love with the bull, leading to the birth of the Minotaur, a creature that was half man, half bull. Hades, ruler of the underworld. Hades, the eldest brother of Zeus and Poseidon, governed the underworld where souls resided after death. He shared his dominion with his wife, Persephone, who was also associated with fertility. The underworld, a complex realm, contained numerous challenges and guardians, ensuring that both the living and the dead faced trials. To cross into the underworld, souls had to pay the ferryman Charon, who transported them across the Styx, a river that separated the world of the living from the dead. It was customary to place coins on the eyes of the deceased as payment for this passage. Souls who could not pay were doomed to wander the shores of the Styx eternally. Once across, they faced Cerberus, the three-headed dog guarding the gates, before reaching the judgment of the three judges of the underworld, who decided their fate whether to enter Elysium, the fields of Asphodel, or Tartarus. The nature of the Olympian gods. The Olympian gods each embodied different aspects of humanity and the natural world. Hera, the protector of marriage, was known for her fierce jealousy, particularly against Zeus's lovers and their offspring. Notable stories include her attempts to thwart Leto, who was pregnant with Apollo and Artemis, and her viciousness toward Hercules, Zeus's illegitimate son. Athena, born from Zeus's forehead, represented wisdom and warfare. After swallowing her mother Metis, Zeus experienced an excruciating headache, leading to Athena's dramatic birth. She was a patroness of heroes, aiding figures like Perseus and Hercules, and played a vital role in the events of the Trojan War. Ares, the god of war, was not well liked by either gods or mortals. His representation of warfare focused on chaos and bloodshed rather than heroism. His affair with Aphrodite, the goddess of love, led to a famous incident where he was caught in a net by her husband Hephaestus, exposing their illicit relationship to the other gods. Aphrodite's origins are debated, with some claiming she was born from the sea foam, while others suggest she is another child of Zeus. Her beauty and charm often played crucial roles in various myths, including her influence over the Trojan War when she promised Paris the love of Helen in exchange for being deemed the fairest goddess. Artemis, the goddess of the hunt, was known for her archery skills and was fiercely protective of her virginity. An infamous tale recounts her punishing the hunter Actaeon, who accidentally spied on her bathing, transforming him into a stag and unleashing his own hunting dogs upon him. Apollo, Artemis's twin brother, was a multifaceted god associated with prophecy, music, and light. He established the famous Oracle of Delphi and was revered for his abilities in healing and arts. Hermes, the messenger god, was a cunning trickster, often engaging in thievery and mischief while also serving as a guide for souls to the underworld. Demeter, the goddess of agriculture, cherished her daughter Persephone. Hades' abduction of Persephone led to Demeter's grief, which resulted in a barren earth until Zeus intervened. This myth explains the cycle of the seasons, with Persephone spending part of the year in the underworld and the rest with her mother. Hephaestus, the god of fire and craftsmanship, had a challenging beginning due to his physical deformities, which led Hera to cast him out. Despite this, he became a master blacksmith and created various magnificent items for gods and heroes alike. Lastly, Dionysus, the god of wine and festivity, represented the joy of life and revelry. His cult was characterized by wild celebrations, often involving maenads and satyrs.